Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Learn English Fast podcast, the podcast where small conversations lead to big changes. I'm Emma.
And I'm Adams. Whether you're on your way to work, doing laundry, or just taking a break, thanks for spending time with us.
Today's episode is all about something that sounds so simple but feels so hard. Saying no without guilt.
We've all been there. Someone asks for a favor or invites you to something you don't really want to do, and you feel stuck.
Exactly. You know you should say no, but somehow that little word gets stuck in your throat. So instead, you say yes, and then feel annoyed, stressed, or even resentful.
Well, not anymore. Today we're going to help you learn how to say no clearly, kindly, and most importantly, confidently.
And don't go anywhere because at the end of the episode, we'll share a special vocabulary breakdown of the most important words and phrases from today's conversation. If you're learning English, that section will help you use today's ideas in real life.
Also, if you enjoy this kind of honest conversation, hit that subscribe or follow button right now so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling kind, leave us a quick rating. It really helps us grow.
So let's start with the obvious question. Why is saying no so difficult?
A big reason is social conditioning. Many of us are raised to be polite, helpful, agreeable, especially if you're someone who's naturally empathetic.
Totally. And if you're a people pleaser, you might say yes automatically, just to avoid disappointing someone or creating conflict.
Sometimes we feel like saying no means we're selfish or rude. But here's the truth. Saying yes when you mean no is not kindness. It's avoidance.
Yes. And the worst part? You start to feel resentful. You're stressed, overbooked, and the person who asked you probably doesn't even know how overwhelmed you feel.
Exactly. And that leads us into why learning to say no is actually one of the most loving things you can do.
Here's the deal. Your time, your energy, and your mental space are not unlimited. Saying no is about protecting those resources.
If you say yes to everything, you're saying no to yourself, to your goals, your rest, your peace of mind.
And when you say no, you're not being rude, you're being clear. You're showing others what you can realistically handle.
It's actually a form of self-respect. And once you practice it a few times, it feels incredibly empowering.
All right, so how do you actually say no without sounding mean or feeling guilty?
Let's go over some simple phrases you can start using today. Phrase 1. I really appreciate you thinking of me, but I can't commit to that right now. It's polite. It acknowledges the person's request, but it sets a clear boundary.
Emma. Phrase 2. Thanks for the offer, but I need to focus on other priorities right now. This works great when you're already stretched thin. Tip, don't over-explain.
Here's a big one. You don't need to explain everything. Just say no. Short and respectful is enough.
Absolutely. When you start explaining too much, it sounds like you're unsure or asking for permission.
Another tip, don't say yes too fast. Say, can I get back to you on that? It gives you space to think instead of reacting emotionally. Offer an alternative, if appropriate.
You can also offer another time or resource. Like, I can't join the meeting this week, but I'd be happy to catch up afterward.
This shows that you care without sacrificing your own time or well-being.
Let's give our listeners a quick example.
Okay, I'll be the one making the request. Hey, Emma, I'm organizing a fundraiser this weekend. Can you help out with decorations?
Thanks so much for asking, but I already have plans this weekend and I need to recharge. I hope the event goes great, though.
Boom. Simple, respectful, clear. That's how it's done.
Remember this, saying no is not rejection, it's redirection. You're simply choosing where your energy goes.
And every time you say no to something that drains you, you say yes to something that grows you.
Try this. Choose one situation this week where you normally say yes and instead say no in a kind, confident way.
It might feel scary at first, but you'll start to notice something amazing. People will respect you more, and you'll respect yourself more too.
Alright, let's go into our vocabulary section. These are 5 key words from today's episode that will help you sound more natural when talking about personal growth. 1. Burnout. A state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive stress. Example: I worked so much last month that I hit total burnout.
2. Overextend yourself. To do too much, more than you can handle. Example: she overextended herself by saying yes to 5 projects at once. You're stretching yourself too thin.
3. Set boundaries. To define personal limits. Example: I had to set boundaries with my coworkers about after-hours messages. Think of it like drawing a line around your time and energy.
4. Justify. To explain or defend your actions, often unnecessarily. You don't have to justify why you said no. No need to give a long story. Just say it kindly and stop.
5. Intentional. Doing something with purpose and clarity. She lives an intentional life. She chooses what really matters. White heavy check mark, the opposite of living on autopilot.